You gotta motivate.
Get up and keep going.
Celebrate.
This life you've been holding.
Demonstrate
your love and devotion.
And everybody get up and get up. It's time to get it moving, y'all. Step up your game. You gotta motivate.
Get up and keep going.
Celebrate.
This life you've been holding.
Demonstrate
your love and devotion.
And everybody get up and get up. Motivate.
Get up and keep moving.
Celebrate.
This life is no illusion.
Demonstrate
the skills you've been using.
And everybody get up and get up.
And welcome back to yet another review by Zombill. In today's review, we're going to take a look at a fairly new product, which I'm sure not a whole lot of my vaping friends know about this as of yet. But there's a company called Iciga. And yeah, I know the holographic thing makes it a little difficult to read, but we'll get closer into the product the minute we get down to the table shot. But this is the 3Rings BDC by Iciga. And it's not their regular 3Rings BDC. Oh, no, no, no. This is the 3Rings BDC Pro. So there's no need for any disclaimers, because I actually purchased this product, and I purchased it direct from the manufacturer. Now, if you want to visit their website, you're more than welcome to go along to the website I have listed here, as they only have one website at Alibaba. Now, as far as contact information goes, I will have that at the end of the review. So, let's go down to the table and have a look. Okay, so this is the 3Rings BDC Pro. And pretty much the box is a very nice solid plastic container. And you've got your holographic stickers that say Iciga, because that is the manufacturer. And on the back here, now of course they do have www.i-ciga.com. And the same thing's down here at the bottom. So let's open up the bottom. Okay, so here we basically have a card that details the information about what the 3Rings BDC is. You can see we have a drip tip, the inhaling tube, Pyrex tube, dual ceramic coil, airflow control, and the base. And on the inside, it basically gives instructions on how to put it together, fill it up. Just to point out, this is a 19mm atomizer. It will hold 3.5 mils of juice. The coil heads that come with it is a 1.64 ohm coil head. And it does say working wattage is 8 watts. But I'll get more into that a little bit later. You get the 3Rings BDC tank, you get a coil head that's already installed, you get a beauty ring, and you get an additional coil head. This is your 3Rings BDC broken down. You have the base, which you insert the ceramic dual coil. You have the tank that holds 3.5 mils of juice, and then you have a drip tip that is basically a chromed stainless steel drip tip shaped after the K-Fun style drip tips. Now, the coil head is very interesting because it is very unique. This coil head is a ceramic coil head. Which means that it's not built the same way that we're used to. It can handle a much more excessive heat, and it self-cleans itself because of the ceramic. So basically, to put it together, just like any other bottom coil clearomizer, you first install the coil head, as so. Then you're going to fill the tank up, and then you put the drip tip on top of the tank. So let's go ahead and fill the tank up. We'll go ahead and put some of Yummy Nectar's Oh My Creamy Dragon. Now basically when you fill this up, you're going to fill it up to where the inner shaft meets the bottom section. So basically right at the edge of that circle, but you don't want to get into the center, because if you do, that'll come out the other end here. So I'm about right underneath the line there. So it's about right underneath that plating. Then all you do is you just want to take and line this up with where the hole is right there, and just screw it together. Just like so. Now the airflow on this is this third ring, and that's the reason why they call it 3Rings. Because as you can see, they've got some 0.8 millimeter air holes that go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you spin this up to cut off the airflow, or however much you want to have your airflow. Me, I'd rather have it all the way open, so it's all the way down. Insert your drip tip, and there you go. You've completed the 3Rings BDC. Now we'll go back up to main camera view and we'll show it in action. Okay, so there it is, my peeps. That's the 3Rings BDC. And I have it on top of the Vamo V5. Now I have tested this, well, not this particular 3Rings BDC, but I have tested another one. And I know that the ceramic coil heads at 1.64 ohms works up to 15 watts. Anything past 15 watts, you start to get the burny feel. But more or less, it's been my experience that if you have a 1.6 ohm coil head, you start getting burny after 12 watts. Well, this you can jack up to 15. So these ceramic coil heads are a little bit better. And not only that, but they have a cleaner taste to them than our typical non-res to res Kanthal type coil heads that we have from like Kanger or Aspire. So let's see it in action. I'm going to be vaping this at 10 watts to start off with, and then I'll bump it up every time to show the performance. Now, with any bottom coil clarimizer, I suggest that you primer it by taking primer puffs, which basically, without hitting the button, you just go. That way you're getting the liquid to soak up into the coils and whatever wicks are in there. Okay, so here we go, 10 watts. Okay, now I can taste every bit of the Oh My Creamy Dragon. It's really, really good too. And also bear in mind that this is a Yummy E-Nectar's VG content. It is a very high VG. Try like 90-10, maybe 95-5, something like that. But nevertheless, it's having no problem with wicking this high VG. Okay, now I'm going to bump it up to 11 watts. The taste is becoming more profound. This is 12 watts now. It's really starting to pick up the vapor notes. The vapor production is getting better. The flavor is becoming even more profound. So we're going to go to 13 watts now. Again, vapor production is increasing. I have a really good, clean, crisp taste of the Oh My Creamy Dragon. Now we're going to go 14 watts. I can taste every bit of what is in this e-liquid. And compared to, say, the Aspire BDC Coil, in my opinion, the flavor is more intense. And I think it has to do with the ceramic. The ceramic is constantly cleaning any kind of gunk that might be building up on the coil head. So for my final vape, well, maybe not the final, second to the last vape probably, I'm going to vape it at 15 watts, which is the max that you can get on a Bama V5. Now before I do this, I just want to point out, I have tested this on the E-Cig Supreme, but whenever I shot it to 16 watts, that's when I got the burny taste. So anything past 15 watts, I would not recommend putting these coil heads through. Now, maybe if they offered a lower resistance coil head, then you might be able to get the wattage higher. So 15 watts. This thing is awesome. For what it is awesome. Now, here's the thing now, okay? I've done said all the pros. Here's the biggest con that kind of sets it apart from the rest of what we're used to now with these bottom coil claromizers. They need to make it to where you can take the top base out, remove the tank and the top section completely apart. Make it to where you can completely take it apart to where you can clean every nook and cranny of this tank. It's good the way that it is, but it can be improved. And I would suggest to Iciga that they make lower resistance coil heads for vapors that have been vaping for a while. They tend to go down lower in resistance because that's how we build our drippers, our Jenny tanks, even Kanger coil heads. We rebuild those to a lower standard now so that we can get a warmer vape because that is what most vapors who have been vaping for a while prefer. Now, the one thing I will say, and that I will give it high credit for and high praise for, is that this is perfect for the beginner. So, vendors, retailers, right up here, contact information through Facebook for Iciga, and here's the Skype information along with email address. So that if you want to carry these in your store, I would highly recommend them, because this is one of the most practical and best bottom coil claramizer that I have come across since the Nautilus. And the Nautilus has been out, I think, for a year now. So these are new, and I mean, I can't really say much more high praise about them, and that's the reason why I wanted to put this review through so fast, because I only had these maybe 4 days, and it just intrigued me about the ceramic coil design. So the other thing I will say to my peeps is, now I ordered extra coil heads. I'm going to attempt to take one apart and rebuild it, if it's possible. I don't know yet. So I do want to give thanks to Iciga for introducing this product to me. I did purchase it, so I hope that Iciga enjoys the review, because I have not seen a review from an Iciga product as of yet. And I hope that you enjoyed the review, my peeps. Please subscribe to my YouTube, and as always, my peeps and peepettes, happy vaping.